Close your eyes and picture a dim kitchen at 5 a.m. A kettle hums, a sensor wakes, and a small wave of data rolls off your skin like breath on a winter pane. For millions living with diabetes, that wave is not trivia. It's the difference between clarity and guesswork, between a day spent in range and a day wrestling highs and lows. This is a story about AI health monitors, especially glucose systems, and how they're shifting from measurement to foresight. We'll draw a clean line between non-invasive ideas and today's continuous glucose monitoring, CGM, reality. Then step into how AI turns raw numbers into predictive alerts, micro nudges, and dosing support that feel like having a calm expert on your wrist. First, the basics, the promise and the limits. The dream everyone asks about is non-invasive glucose. No sensor filament, no finger sticks, just light or electromagnetics. Reading sugar through skin, research labs and startups have chased it for decades. Spectroscopy through the wrist, photoplethysmography with creative math, radio frequency tricks, even interstitial modeling from indirect signals. And yet, as of today, there are no FDA-authorized smartwatches or rings that directly measure glucose without needles. The FDA has explicitly warned consumers against devices marketed as non-invasive glucose monitors because of accuracy risks and potential harm from bad dosing decisions. That doesn't mean the science is dead. Recent spectroscopy reviews show progress, but they also underline why approval keeps slipping away. Separating glucose from noise, individual physiology, and motion artifacts remains stubbornly hard at clinical-grade accuracy. Until that gap closes, approved CGMs are the reliable path. The silent guardian, non-invasive versus continuous glucose monitoring, and the rise of predictive AI. So, what actually works today? Continuous glucose monitoring, CGM. Small, minimally invasive sensors that sit just under the skin and stream glucose readings every few minutes. Modern systems are so good that several have earned non-adjunctive indications, meaning people can make treatment decisions based solely on CGM readings in the right context, rather than mandatory fingerstick confirmation that Watershed started with systems like Dexcom G6 and has expanded across the market. CGM is now a backbone for closed-loop or automated insulin delivery. AID systems that automatically adjust basal and deliver auto-corrections, a practical bridge from monitoring to assistive therapy. Accuracy isn't a vibe, it's a number. The headline metric is MARD, mean absolute relative difference. Lower is better. Today's leading sensors regularly quote single-digit MARD. Dexcom G7 launched with approximately 8.2% MARD, while Abbott Freestyle Libre 3 touts approximately 7.9%. Both represent a generational jump from early CGM days and underpin the confidence behind dosing and alerts. You'll see brands claim most accurate, but the practical point is this: single-digit MARD turns streams of points into trustworthy patterns, and patterns are where AI thrives. Implantables like Eversense add another twist: long wear. The Eversense E3 brought 180-day longevity. The newer Eversense 365 pushes toward 1-year sensor life, reshaping how often people must replace hardware while still meeting safety and calibration requirements. Now shift attention from what the sensor reads to what the system foresees. AI takes the time series of interstitial glucose and weaves in behavioral and contextual signals, meal patterns, insulin on board, IOB, activity, sleep, stress proxies, even menstrual cycle timing where supported, to generate predictive alerts. That's why your phone sometimes buzzes before your glucose is officially low. The model has learned your slope, your post-meal curve, your exercise signature, and issues a "you're trending low" nudge in time to sip juice, not wake to shakes. These predictors range from state space models and Kalman filters to gradient-boosted trees and recurrent networks. But the philosophy is consistent. Emphasize early warning while minimizing false alarms that cause alert fatigue. Good systems pair snooze logic, rate of change thresholds, and day-part personalization so your mornings, coffee spikes, don't look like your evenings, slow drifts. From forecast to dose, carefully. Dosing support is where AI stops being a weather forecaster and becomes a flight computer. In AID platforms, the algorithm reads CGM, estimates IOB, and nudges basal rates every few minutes. Some add autocorrection boluses if you're trending high. Systems like Tandem Control IQ/Control IQ Plus, Omnipod 5, and Medtronic 780G show how AI plus CGM can boost time in range and reduce hypoglycemia, including new type 2 indications as the field matures. This is not sci-fi, it's clearance-backed engineering. And while each platform implements control logic differently, targets, correction aggressiveness, safety caps, the shared heartbeat is predict, adjust, observe, learn, over and over, all day, all night. Why does accuracy still matter if AI is clever? Because clever math on shaky input leads to confident mistakes. Clinical accuracy governs safety. Can the system dose without a confirmatory fingerstick? Can it detect rapid drops in time to protect you during a run or sleep? That's why you'll see ICGM classifications, special controls, and labeling that spell out interference risks. Hello, acetaminophen, insulin, lag behavior, and calibration expectations. The leap from monitor to therapy assist rides on documented accuracy under real-world conditions: exercise, sweat, compression, pregnancy, and pediatrics. It's also why peer-reviewed studies in specific populations, e.g. pregnancy, are celebrated, because they reduce uncertainty for groups where glucose dynamics differ. From numbers to care, clinical accuracy, approvals, privacy boundaries, and how people actually use these tools. Let's walk into the clinic. A diabetes educator scrolls through a week of CGM traces with a patient. The screen is a skyline of post-meal peaks and overnight valleys. In the cloud, a quiet model has already done the heavy lifting, clustering days, labeling recurring patterns, and highlighting opportunities in plain language. Late bolus after dinner plus high-fat meals. Delayed rise approximately 2.5 hours post. This is where AI becomes care infrastructure, turning raw glycemic variability into coachable insights that patients and clinicians can actually use. Clinical accuracy isn't one number, it's a dossier. Regulators look at MARD, yes, but also 20/20. How many points fall within plus or minus 20% or 20 milligrams per deciliter? Hyperdetection, lag, interference, and consistency across age groups and physiologies, e.g. pregnancy. For a system to be cleared for non-adjunctive use or to integrate into AID, it must meet special controls and demonstrate reliable performance under everyday stresses. That's how technologies like Dexcom G6/G7, Libre 3, Eversense have moved from handy gadgets to therapeutic partners, with studies even in specialized populations like pregnancy supporting safe use. Then you see platform approvals: Medtronic 780G, Omnipod 5, Control IQ/Control IQ Plus that formalize AI-driven dosing adjustments at the systems level, recently expanding indications to type 2 in some cases. Each line of clearance tightens the bond between measurement and action. For clinicians, the win is time. Instead of combing every 15-minute dot, they start with AI summaries and exceptions. They confirm with clinical judgment, adjust targets, tune correction factors, or modify AID settings within approved ranges. They export a care plan with 3 concrete steps, not 30 vague ones. This isn't replacing clinicians. It's deburdening them so the visit can center on education, psychology, access, and life goals, the human work, privacy, and data boundaries, where the heartbeat meets the rulebook. Glucose data is health data, and the more sources tied in, wearables, sleep, location, food photos, the more carefully we must uphold consent, purpose limitation, and data minimization. Best practice systems make it clear what's collected, why, how long it's retained, and who sees it. They allow export, deletion, and role-based access. You, caregiver, clinician. On the research industry side, federated learning and differential privacy let models improve without centralizing identifiable streams, safer for everyone. None of this is optional. It's the license to operate in health tech. Treat everything here as information, not medical advice. Always work with your care team before changing doses, targets, or device settings. If you see symptoms that don't match the number, trust your body, check with a fingerstick if advised, and seek care when in doubt. Closing thought. AI health monitors for diabetes are maturing from recorders to protectors, from what happened to what's likely next. Non-invasive may come, but CGM plus AI is here, cleared, and improving. The win isn't a chart with perfect lines. It's a life with fewer interruptions, fewer alarms, and more confidence to do the things you love, because a quiet, tireless co-pilot is watching the curve with you.